Hey everybody, it's Coach Dana with Saturate Saturday. I am really excited to be here. Um, if you can see, the lighting is a little brighter today, this week. That is because the sun is shining. Even though there's still snow out there, the sun is shining. But I'm really excited because it is a brighter day. I have quite a few things planned on today. I'm going to try to keep looking at the camera. It's so hard. It's so hard. Please forgive me. Either way, here I am. It's Saturate Saturday. We are always meeting. Well, we'll always try to meet here every week to basically answer all questions. And it's sometimes it's hard. I have to say, sometimes it is hard because when I do this every week, people don't really, meet me for questions. So I do the best that I can in answering the questions that I think have come up throughout the week, either on my Google Plus page or my Facebook page or any of my websites. So I'm going to answer questions as best as I can. So I want you to, just kind of bear with me because, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. So what has happened this week for you? If you are watching, please, especially through Hangouts or through YouTube, please put in your comment. I'm actually going to say hi. And just, enter your question or put it in as a comment on the video. Or you can always email me. I am Coach Dana, info@coachdana.biz. Please, email me any of your questions or any of your questions after the show, and I will definitely answer them on Saturate Saturday next week. Now, what's been some of the questions that have come up in this past week with me? Or to me? I'll tell you, it's been a perplexing week. Okay, I have been one who really wants to build others. Okay, I want people to increase in the resources, increase in what they have or whatever. So one of the things I talked about on my show, the Real Reality Radio show on yesterday, was how do I do it? How do I do it with so many things on my plate? Not just because or not only because I'm Coach Dana, but I have a travel business. I do a few direct sales, multi-level marketing businesses, as well as I have a nonprofit organization. I have a gifts business, online gifts business. I don't want to say I do it all. I just do what I know how to do in the different aspects. For me, I don't want so much to be under one title. Like Coach Dana can be teacher, but what if I have other people in my colleagues or circle of friends that can teach other things? Can I offer them a platform through Bad University? That's what I do. So when I was talking on the program yesterday in regards to how do I do it and how you can do it, I basically said this: do it. Because while I'm building Coach Dana or the Bad brand, I still need my MCA business to grow, my send out cards business to grow, Avon, I need those things to continue to bring in money so that I'll always have gas in my vehicle, can always pay the bills on time, don't have to worry where this client's money is coming from or that client's money is coming from. That's difficult in itself. That is difficult in itself. But I must say this, that yes, it can be done. And the reason why it can be done is that this is so funny. People are asking just a few questions, but we'll get to those. Anyway, the reason why it can be done is because you're passionate about getting it done, building legacies, building wealth, leaving legacies, and also um, showing others how it can be done. Now, a lot of people figure out that, too much on your plate, you're not successful at any one thing. People always say focus on one thing, or, make that one thing, a success. And, I'm with that if that's for you. But if it's not for you, then uh, don't bother anyone else whom it's for. Me. I like multitasking. I like doing a lot of things. If I were to focus on one thing, I get a headache and I get tired. Okay? And anyone will tell you, when I used to go out and we would sit at the bar and drink and just talk, and then the next weekend we'd sit at the bar and drink and just talk, it's something when you were doing the same thing week after week after week, or second after second after second, I fall asleep. Literally, I would just fall asleep. Now, 90% of that issue had to do with my thyroid, which is now gone. But when I'm bored, I'm tired. I start yawning, it's over, I'm done. Okay. So with that, I try to encourage people that if you want to do more, then do more. And nowadays, with the way the economy is going and your income factor, you know what? Let me stop here. I don't know what the problem is. I'm fumbling over my words. This is not like stand-up comedy or anything. I don't understand. So let me just pull myself back and be ignorant. Don't know what's happening here. Coffee. Can I be a little transparent here? I get tired of people telling me or telling others what they can and cannot do. I think people, because they're afraid of doing more and they're afraid of having more than one variety on their plate, that they figure other people should be afraid and not do it as well. I constantly, in the past few days, I've been hearing what my aunt always says, that Rome wasn't built in a day. And it wasn't. And it wasn't built by one person. It was built by people, who had different talents or different things that they could bring to the table. And if you have different talents in your one body that you bring to the table or that you set on your plate, I think that you should be able to utilize all those talents in one. When you go out for dinner, you will have a steak, baked potato, or mashed potatoes. You'll have a vegetable. You might have French fries. You'll have a soda. You might have tea. You might drink water. Those are a variety of things that you eat in one sitting and you enjoy it. Why do people feel that they can take what other people enjoy and crumble it up and make it look like garbage, and then you in turn make the person feel like garbage? I don't want to be felt that way. I like doing what I do. I like multitasking. If you can't, then you shouldn't. I will not tell somebody else they can't do it. If they feel overwhelmed doing it, don't do it. But don't stop the person who can. Don't stop the person who will. Don't stop the person. Otherwise, you're going to make them feel like they can't do anything. That's not fair. So, now that I've pulled Dana together, okay, I truly and honestly believe that you can do it. And if you want to do it, do it. And that was a question I answered on my show. Now, and that's really how honestly I answer that. That's how I honestly answer it. Now, one thing I really want to help you to see is, and this is answering another question. And I struggled with this myself. But I did it yesterday. And I think, let's talk about rest. I had my grandson with me in the office, the home office, for a few days this week, and it was really overwhelming because not that I don't know how to take care of a kid. I had 4 of them. 3 of them were my own, and actually 4 of them was my own. It's just we had a blended family. One thing I just didn't realize is that, trying to take care of a child and do the normal things that I do on a day-to-day basis, okay, going back to that was really hard, especially one day after another. So I had my grandson with me, and it was overwhelming. By Thursday, I was like, this is not happening. I can't function. I can't think. I can't. But what I had to do was really, I guess, not so much because I had the grandson and he had all this pent up energy. No, it was because I didn't allow myself to actually walk away from the office as much as I needed to, since I've been away from the 9 to 5. When you're in your job, when you have a career, you're in a 9 to 5, you're in a cubicle, you have an office, you walk out the office, you talk to other people, you go outside or whatever. And, I would only hustle and bustle since I've been gone from the 9 to 5 just to go into something else like ministry, or I would help my mom out, or like I was helping out my daughter. But for 3 days, I hadn't really gotten away from here because there was so much that still needed to be done here in the home office to prepare for the weekend or prepare for next week or to get contracts together or to make phone calls, any of that. And the troublesome part about it was but by Thursday evening, I think I was overwhelmed, and people were saying to me, Dana, rest, you have to rest, blah, blah, blah. So I tried that. I did go to bed a little early. I did. And I got up yesterday morning and I went and I helped my mother again. I took her to work, and I came home. I got ready for what I do for my nonprofit in the fall and in the spring. As I sell these community day coupon booklets for Boston Store. And so I went out and I did that for 2 hours. And in those 2 hours, I felt I was being invigorated. I was getting that energy that I thought I had lost. And I was so excited that when I left there, I stopped here and I stopped there, and I got back to the office and I did a few things, and then I opened up a new fan page for my gifts business on Facebook, and I was so excited because now I was starting to feel Dana again, and I'm thinking, I don't need a home office maybe, or I just need to get out and stop feeling like I can't do anything or that my resources are limited. So what does that have to do with Saturate Saturday, Dana? What does that have to do with answering questions? As a business owner, entrepreneur, home office person, work-at-home mom, you better walk away, or work-at-home dad, you better walk away from the office from time to time. Get out and do things, even if it's for business. Do something different. Like, for the past couple of months, I was doing ministry. I was going to prayer. I was collecting clothing, used clothing or whatnot. I was doing those things and I was helping other people, but I was not doing the things that I was truly passionate about. See, I left the 9 to 5 to do ministry full time, and then the businesses would kind of fold together, okay? They would come together, and, then I'd be happy. But I ended up being something for everyone else instead of for what I needed to do. So when yesterday came and I was doing the things that I needed to do, that's where the energy came from. Light bulb went off. So, in answering who you are and what you need to do, and I know we always talk about leaving the 9 to 5 because probably 10 of you are supposed to be leaving the 9 to 5. Make sure that you have a set variety, a set of hours that you do business for you, that you do things for you, and that if you have to make any adjustments, then do that accordingly, but don't lose you. Don't make people feel like that you're just available, that you're at home doing nothing, or that you don't, have anything else to do but sit here and be on the computer. Those 3 days showed me that for 3 days I was really on the computer, and I may have gotten about 80% of work done that I needed to get done, and I got all the rest of it done yesterday, and I felt so good. So yes, you need rest. Yes, you do. As an entrepreneur, you need rest, but you also need to do things that you're passionate about. Otherwise, you'll forget that passion and you'll be back at work, and I don't want you to be back at work. Okay? Okay, great. So now, that leads me into my next question, and not only the next question, but also the how can I put this? People will ask questions, and in certain ways where it doesn't seem like they're asking questions, they're actually just saying, hi, I see that, blah, 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 blah. And, they don't tell it to you, so you kind of have to read between the lines. What am I saying? I am saying this. You need to be available for people, okay? And what I mean by that, going again, is this. I created a new fan page for my website, ckqgifts.com. CKQ Gifts, as none of you know, was my first business, okay? And then oh God, I lost my train of thought. When you want to get out there and you want to share who you are with others, okay, you need to utilize all of your resources. I say this to everybody all the time. I say this in the Bad Billionaires Club. I say this in the You Are Capable class. Use all of your resources all the time. So on Facebook, if they allow you to have fan pages for your business, okay, or whatnot, then you should create a fan page. Your fan page should direct people to your business page, to your website. Why is that? Because where are the people? They're on the computer some kind of way, but 90%, 99% of the people are on Facebook. If they're not talking about garbage, they're looking for business connections. They're looking at what to buy next. They're looking at what to invest their money in. They're looking at how to grow and go. So you have to be that person. You have to be that mouthpiece for you on Facebook, on Google+. So I started my page yesterday, and I know a lot of people were saying, I see you got another page there. Yes, I do, because there's something for someone that I provide. Now, I try not to get in the way of other people who do some of the same things that I do, but if it does, it does. If I don't do event planning any longer. I used to. That was one of the first businesses I started after CKQ Gifts. And I don't do event planning right now. I know a lady who does event planning. That's her business. I know 3 ladies who do event planning. One right here in Milwaukee, one in Atlanta, one in New Jersey. I share those ladies back and forth, back and forth. Why? Because they do it. That's their full-time business. So when I create pages for Dana and the businesses that Dana does, I do that because this is what I do. I know no one else does it. I know no one, even with the jewelry that I carry, no one carries that jewelry. No one carries that jewelry that I carry. So when I think about what, and some things might be similar, but it's not like what I have, okay? That's what I'm saying. So I created this page. Yeah, I might have 5 other pages. I have 9 websites. 9 websites, maybe more. And I have businesses. I have multi-level marketing. It's not that I'm trying everything and we're going to see what works. It's that I'm working everything and it works. So That answers your next question. A lot of you that are seeing me out there and doing a lot of things, I get a great return on my investment. And what am I investing? I'm investing time. I'm obtaining knowledge in order to invest that time wisely. I'm doing what needs to be done. Hey, as Coach Dana, this is why I charge so much for my hourly rate to coach people individually, because there's so much on the inside of me that's going to go out to you that once you're done talking to me, even for that first hour, you're going to go on to what's next. Okay? You're going on to what's next. And I know you can do it. I know you can. I know it's beneficial for you. I know. And you know what? It may be hard in the end for people to realize it later, but that's okay. That's okay. I know that it can be done, and I know that it's hard to get started, but it's okay. It's okay. So with that, what is the whole purpose, I guess, of today's question and answer? Basically, to give you an idea that as a business owner and as a person who wants to grow and go, you can do it. You can make it work. You can use all of your resources to the best of your benefit. And you know what? You might even use these resources better than your neighbor. And it can be done. Many things can be done. Multitasking can be done. I say this to you. I encourage you to do what you know is best to do, because it's time that people realize they can step out and they can be multimillionaires. They can be billionaires in the making. They can leave wealth and they can leave legacies. How many are you ready for that? Not ready for that? Get ready for that. So let me go and see what are some of the other questions that we have. Give me 1 second. I always like to make sure I have everything that everyone needs. I had a question from a lady today, a friend of mine on Facebook, that I always, I try to help her to find different things that will benefit her and different things that will help her to grow her business or whatnot. I shared with her 2 things. One was the About Me, which is an About Me page, and what that is basically sharing a bio, your bio, who you are, what you do, how people can connect with you, all of that. So I shared that with her this week, and then I also shared with her that she needed to utilize her Pinterest page. Now, there's some things I share with people, and I don't, ask them to pay me. I just try to share because I know you're out there. So she said, well, are you getting any leads? Are you getting any sales from that? Do you notice any sales from either one of the 2, About Me or Pinterest? And I said, well, I get a lot of connections from both. And your networking mindset, this is what I was saying to her, the networking mindset should be more on making the connections, not so much getting the sale, only because eventually those things will increase in sales or bring you the sale, but you have to be somebody wants to work with. If you're the pushy store owner, or you're the pushy author, or you're the pushy CEO, no one wants to work with that person. I know I don't, but I'm encouraged that if you step out and do what you need to do, then you can learn from any and all mistakes. And that's what I hope that people will learn from the different things that I share with them, especially about using their resources, all of their resources. Use the things that you have, especially if they're free for right now, because while you're trying so hard to build on that platform, on this free platform, if it ever becomes fee-based, you won't be so set back on paying a fee because it has worked for you, so you don't mind investing in something that has always worked for you. And then two, you won't mind sharing those different avenues or resources with other people. One thing I know when I share with my Bad Billionaires members about using their resources, I look at what they already have right now. And if they are using it to the umpteenth power and it's not working, what exactly are they doing in that? Like if you're on Facebook all the time and you're not increasing in sales or anything like that, well, what are you putting on Facebook? Or what are you putting on Google Plus? Or what are you putting on LinkedIn? What are you tweeting about? Okay, so those are some of the things those are free platforms. What do you have to figure out what you're doing on those things. But I also say to them, if you're paying for certain resources, for instance, Bad Billionaires Club is a fee-based club, $14.95 a month. What are you putting into the club to get out? And, a lot of times I have to say to people, you're not putting in enough to get out what you need, but that's okay if you realize from this point forward, you have to put in what you need to in order to get out. I just recently joined Black Business Builders Club 2.0, and I was part of the original Black Business Builders Club. I am one of the founders for this new, for the 2.0, and I feel like I'm going to put in every effort necessary to build the club. Why? Because I'm paying for it. I am a founder, and I want people to receive what they put in. I want them to get back. Okay, so with that, here we are, and I am telling you this here. Utilize what you need to utilize. Ask the questions that need to be asked. That's why I'm here on Saturate Saturday. And don't ever let anyone make you believe that you can't do it, you can't make it, it's too much to get done, and you don't qualify. Because technically, you do. I know you do, and I'm glad that we're here, and that Saturate Saturday really kind of gives you something to lean on and understand. Okay, so I want you to visit my website, baduniversity.com. baduniversity.com. That's where I do a lot of my teaching. It's not free. And there's a registration fee. So there's a fee for registration and there's a fee for the class. Because there's a lot of, it's not just your average, it's almost like a university, okay? And hey, you will get a certificate at the end when you're done, but I tell you the truth. I want you to know that you are capable. I want you to know that we can build you and your finances too. I want you to know that we'll teach you about couponing. I want you to know that we'll teach you about stockpiling. I want you to know that we'll help you in self-publishing your book. I want you to know that Coach Dana is here and the Bad Brand will help you. Also, if you are available for one-on-one, you want to talk about it, let's do a small consult, go over to www.coachdana.biz. Let's chat about that there as well. I'm excited because you're excited for growth, for wealth, and leaving legacies. I am Coach Dana, and this has been Saturate Saturday in the home office. Have a great rest of your weekend.